Hi guys, welcome back to our mochi making journey, episode 5. We are super excited to share with you this opportunity we have to test the Tiger Mochi making machine. A local viewer and fellow mochi lover contacted us and generously lent us her mochi making machine so that we can try our luck with it to finding our perfect mochi texture at home. So let's give it a try today. But first, let's talk a little bit about this machine. It is the 10-cup electric mochi rice cake maker, which is a lot of words. But interestingly, it also does something with miso, but I'm not really entirely sure what it can do. But we're going to focus on mochi today. So it's a 10-cup capacity, and the smallest amount you can make is 5 cups, which is kind of a lot, but we'll get to that later. The inside is non-stick, which is super important for mochi, but also that is a warning to not use any metal on it or to wash it with like the hard scrubber. The size of the machine is pretty bulky, but it's not too heavy that you can't move it around. And that being said, you want to set it on a really stable surface because once it starts to pound and move, it kind of shakes everything. And also you want there to be enough space around this machine because it will get hot as it pounds. The interface is super simple, which is really nice. Not a lot going on, just a couple of buttons to click here and there. But be warned that the buzzer that goes off when the rice is finished steaming is like super loud. So just so you guys know and are prepared for that. It kind of shocked me because I'm so used to like other Japanese machines making such like delightful little like musical sounds and stuff that this sounded like a smoke alarm or something. Anyways, the machine itself is a little bit pricey. It comes in at about $260, and because it takes up so much space, it's kind of a big investment. But, you know, for mochi lovers, it might be worth it. So we're going to give this a test and see how it goes. Remove the inner container from the mochi machine and pour your 2 cups of water directly into the machine. Then load back the container and place the impeller all the way onto the shaft. Then pour your washed and pre-soaked rice directly into the container, then gently leveling it out without compressing the rice. When washing the rice, make sure to rinse it enough times that the water runs clear. And when soaking, go for 6 to 12 hours, definitely not more than 24 hours. When you're ready, go ahead and press the steam button to start. When you hear this buzzer, the steaming is done. Take off the lid and check the rice. You want to be able to smush it between your fingers. If it's ready, go ahead and set your timer and start the pound function. The rice should start moving right away. If not, check your impeller. At 5 minutes, the rice should start to melt a little and come together, even bouncing off of the walls. At about 10 minutes, or when your dough starts to look smooth, go ahead and stop the machine. Then dust your surface and your hands generously with cornstarch or potato starch, and then carefully remove that container and tip it over and let the mochi fall out on its own. Be careful as you fish out the impeller because the mochi will be very hot. Then basically just piece out your mochi dough. We like to make them about palm-sized rounds, but you can make them any size that you want. Then take a piece and gently stretch the outer edges. Then place your dollop of matcha on, or whatever filling you're using, into the center, and grab opposite ends of the wrapper and press and seal it together. Repeat on all the edges until you've gone all the way around the mochi. Then flip it over and then just reshape. And that's it. Alright, so that was fun. It was super hilarious watching the mochi getting pounded and then like just bouncing around. Like, oh my gosh, like what are those like slow-mo videos of like paint on like speakers or something where it just like... super satisfying to watch. Anyways, it was a much simpler process than using the stand mixer, so that was pretty great. Sadly, the booklet that it comes with isn't super clear, which I totally understand, you know, language barriers and just thinking about Ka-chung over there, always trying to say her piece. It might be helpful to watch other videos or other people's recipes. Just don't mind her. Like this video, hopefully this will help you get started, especially if it's your first time using the machine like it was for us. A couple of the things that we kind of ran into, and hopefully this will help you guys out. The very first time we attempted using the machine, I guess I didn't put the impeller all the way down onto the shaft or something, so I was like pounding it for like 10 minutes and like nothing happened to the rice. And I was like worried that somehow I'd missed something. And it turns out you have to like really make sure you press the impeller all the way down. Because if you don't, then you'll notice that the rice won't move at all, and if the rice isn't moving at all, then that's probably what's wrong. So go ahead and maybe like scoop out some of the rice and make sure it's snugly, you know, fitted onto the shaft. And then we noticed this time around, while it was pounding, somehow it kind of got stuck. So even though it reached the 10 10-minute marker, it didn't come into a full complete ball that was smooth, so we actually had to like kind of nudge the ball a little bit until it like finally caught onto itself and then was able to finish pounding. So if you've kind of like got those guidelines of, you know, the instruction manual telling you not to pound too much more than 10 minutes, but I think other folks online have mentioned they've pounded for 15 to 20 minutes, but maybe for a larger quantity, I'm not sure. But, you know, just at the 10-minute marker, if you've noticed that it's not quite the way it should be, like close to a smooth ball, then kind of make those checks and see what might be going on. Yeah, so in conclusion, I would say that so far using rice versus rice flour, we've resulted in like definitely much chewier, kind of harder, so not quite the right texture, but definitely a great chew compared to using just the rice flour. So I don't think we've found the ideal recipe or method just yet, but we are gonna give a try with adding some sugar in this mochi maker and also the stand mixer recipe, because the sugar can definitely help the flour, or the rice rather, soften the dough and also extend the shelf life. So that might be the difference, and we will find out next time. Anyways, in the meantime, kind of we talked about how the 5 cups of rice is a lot for one person or even a family. So if you've made that much mochi, you can always freeze some of it. You can also refrigerate it. If you roll it out into a flat piece, you can toast those into kiri mochi, or you can also put it in soups and stuff, so it's not a waste if you cannot make and finish all of your like daifuku mochi this time around. But we will also test using smaller quantities, so hopefully those of us smaller families can also enjoy the mochi. Alright, so I think that's it for this time. We will come back with another one. Hopefully one step closer to our perfect mochi recipe. Thanks for watching so much, guys. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe, and join us on Scene and all that good stuff. Catch you on the next one. Bye!